Hello, good afternoon, and welcome back to The Buzz with Bernadette. As promised, we are going to talk Maths Australia, more specifically Season 12. Last night, Episode 5 was on. I took my notes down here in my trusty tablet. Welcome to The Buzz with Bernadette, your VIP pass to exclusive chats with entertainers, the juiciest pop culture moments, and all the gossip worth talking about. Coming to you from sunny Perth, let's dive into the stories that have everyone talking. I was literally all over TikTok, all over my notes, writing everything down. I don't even know if I got to enjoy the show itself because I was just too busy writing notes. But did anyone else gasp when Ryan dropped his bride during their first dance? So today, we're going to dive into the final 2 weddings of Married at First Sight. Season 12. They definitely saved some of the serious drama for last. Yeah, because the couples just keep on getting better and better. So we're going to unpack episode 5, as I said, featuring our oldest couple of the season and a pair of self-proclaimed overachievers. Wow. Whose wedding takes an unexpected tumble. Okay, so firstly, we start off with, oh my God, I don't know if I was just so emotional last night or what was happening, but we start off with the mature couple, they're calling them. So we've got Morena. Now, she was married for 29 years and she's looking for someone who will just like embrace her and love her the way she needs to be loved. She was in a very unhappy marriage. It sounds like to someone who didn't really give her the love and affection that she needed. So that's why I'm just so behind Morena. I really want her to find somebody that will really take care of her. Now, just to digress, I have heard a few whispers. There are a few spoilers out there going around for this mature couple on Married at First Sight Australia. And I've tried to keep away because I don't want to ruin it for myself. So yeah, I don't want to ruin it for myself. So I'm not going to be putting any spoilers on here. I'm just going to go through the episode that was on last night and we'll take it from there. I'm also currently going live on YouTube at the moment, so I'm just going to be double checking, multitasking, checking my notes and checking the comments over on YouTube as well. So Morena is Italian. She looks amazing on her wedding day. We start with she's getting ready. She's in this beautiful, extravagant dress that shows a bit of leg and she just absolutely looks stunning. She's 57 years old. She's a DJ, a fitness instructor. She looks absolutely stunning and she makes mention that she's going all out for this her special day because, like I said, she was in a relationship where she wasn't allowed to sort of express herself, show her body, all that kind of stuff. So that's very sad. And what I love is the way her kids, they're just so loving to her. They just love her. And she does say, look, we come as a whole package. If you can't accept my kids who are grown, then you can't accept me. So yeah. So she said she's never felt love or been loved or felt like the only woman in the room. So it's now come to the time where it's time for her to put herself first, which is, so important. So then I lay all my hopes, all my dreams in the hands of Tony, a 53-year-old Macedonian guy. Now, he just comes across as this fun-loving guy who, obviously, like, his parents are no longer here. He mentions his parents. He tears up. We're like, oh, that's nice. He's a nice guy. It shows he's got quite a fun-loving side as well. So his mates get there on the day of the wedding and they start drinking the rakia, the fire water. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, here we go. They're going to get to the wedding and they're all going to be drunk. And he introduces his friend Zoran, who drinks straight from the bottle of rakia, and then another friend who starts shaving him in a tradition with an axe while he's wearing the suit that he's going to wear down the aisle. Now, my OCD was having a heart attack. I'm like, oh my God, why wouldn't you be wearing something else? Why wouldn't you have put a dressing gown on or something? But anyway, I was going crazy. Yeah. So I was just imagining, oh my God, the wedding is going to be a mess. But anyway, so we cut to the wedding. he sees Morena walking down the aisle and he just says like, wow, like as he sees her. And I exhale. I'm so relieved because there's nothing worse than when the guy looks behind and just, you can tell he's just not for it. Anyway, they get married. He thinks he looks all right as well, which is great. And then they get married and he presents her with this beautiful necklace. He said, from my family to you, or something like that, which is very lovely. So I'm very excited for this couple, but now I'm trying to hold my breath again because I don't know. I think there's some spoilers. I'm not sure what's in store for them. And then we get to the reception and I noticed that Morena's changed into a pair of sneakers with her wedding dress. Good choice. I probably would have done the same. You want to dance, you want to enjoy the night. And there's a really warm family vibe at the reception. And what I liked about Tony is that he was such a gentleman and he starts shaking everyone's hand. And he said it's a way to obviously introduce himself and to bond with everyone. Then they start showing this mystery man, like behind this green glass. He's holding this green glass and you can't see his face. And I'm like, who the hell is this? Here we go. What the bloody hell's going to go on here? Anyway, it turns out to be his first cousin. And he starts making stupid remarks. Now, whether he wants to get on camera or whether he wants to get into Tony's head, I don't know. I just think people, they just all want a little bit of airtime, and yeah, which is such a shame, but I just don't know why he had to say these things. So he starts saying it's not the sort of woman he would usually date, you know, he's gonna want someone 10 years younger, you know. Yeah, so basically he thinks Morena's too old, and he said he isn't buying the bullshit. So anyway, it comes to speech time and the kids say beautiful speech, and yeah, her son gets up and says hello, saying hi to people on YouTube, and the son gets up and goes, oh, you know, I want you to treat my mum like a queen. And you know, you could see Tony welling up with tears, and I just really hope that this is a genuine connection, and I really hope they go the distance. Yeah, but back to the mystery friend. He takes Tony aside outside and he goes, look, I really think what would be a great match for you would be someone between the age of 38 and 42. And I'm like, you are a dick. Like, you're an absolute dick. Anyway, and then that's where they left us with that couple, which I'm really sad about because that just left a bad taste in my mouth. And I'm like, no. Anyway, then we go on to the next couple, the couple of overachievers who they've got so many standards that they want from the other person because they're so hard on themselves as well. That I just don't know how. I don't know. Like, you've already set yourself up for a loss in my book. I just don't know how it's going to work. So we've got Jackie, 29. She's a consultant. She's got her Bachelor of Law, majoring in finance. She's done ballet, tap, jazz, sports, runs 10 to 13 kilometers a day. She's ambitious, obviously, and men are intimidated by her. This is all coming from her. She wants strong masculine energy. She wants a man who's going to take the lead, right? And that's nice. Beautiful. Then she said something really weird. She goes, I want blonde babies so that I can relate to them more. I'm like, did I hear that correctly? What? How can you want blonde babies? Like, number one, even if you're blonde, quite often a baby is born with dark hair. Like, anyway, that's just crazy. Crazy. What you want is a healthy baby. That's what you want. That's all you want. Anyway, then we go to Ryan, 36. Now, obviously, he's going to go down as being famous for this statement. Where have all the warriors gone? That's what he said. Where have all the warriors gone? I mean, look, he's got a point. Where are all the warriors? But look, we're not living in the dark ages. We still have warriors. They just take the form of, or a different form. Or what is he trying to say? Is he trying to say that he's one of the last remaining warriors? I don't know. He says, I'm going to live until I'm 110 years old. Great. It's really good to want something like that. I think that's healthy. Good. He's a project manager. He works on multi-million-dollar projects. He said, and I mix with so many men just like myself, super successful, and they're all struggling to find a partner. It's really hard in the dating scene. Now, you find that him and Jackie have both been bullied in high school, so they've got that commonality. He wants a woman that shouldn't be afraid of her feminine energy. He wants her to have a career, but he still wants to protect her. So anyway, he's very honest. He wants ambition and looks. Okay, nothing wrong with being honest. He said he's very self-aware, but in my opinion, he says the dumbest, most cringiest things. Like he said, I'm really good at doing like a lot of things. Like if you were hanging off a cliff, I'm really strong. I can pick you up. Okay, like that's just so random to say that. And then he goes, the man I will embody at the altar is someone who has done a lot of growth. Okay, well, that's good. We're all growing and changing every day, so that's wonderful. Then he gets to the altar and he acts like a completely different person than we saw in the behind the scenes interview. Like he gets to the altar and all his groomsmen are sitting front row and he says to them, my brothers. And I'm like, what the hell? Are you like some kind of frat boy? Like what? Like you've got to realize your future wife's family is sitting there and that's their first impression now of you. Is just like a 15-year-old boy or something. I don't know. Anyway, then Jackie's sister sort of makes a comment going, his groomsmen look really they look like bad news and they're giving gang energy. And I mean, you look at them and one guy's got these tats all down his neck, back of his head, a few on his face. So yeah, I can see where she's going with that. First impression, Jackie looked like she's into Ryan, but he's definitely into her. And then she starts sort of like fake laughing. So then she makes a comment like, when he's doing his speech, his vows, she goes, oh, when you think about it, it's a pre-written speech. How do I know, it's even about me? And to be honest, I've always thought that. I always thought, you're writing about someone like going, you're the most beautiful girl I've ever met, and you haven't actually met them yet. And then his comments after the vows were literally killed me. He was saying stuff like, I could tell she was into it. Yeah, I could tell she was into it. No, she wasn't. Just sometimes I think if men could hear our inner thoughts, they would just be completely shocked. Anyway, then in her vows, she was saying, all the things she expected. The list was long. And she was going, I expect you to get me flowers at least once a month. And he was just like, yeah. And then his friends were like, huh? So that was interesting. We're going to see where that goes. And then she got really upset and really teary when they decided to leave and walk back down the aisle. And apparently he did not take the lead. And so then in her interview, she started crying and she was very upset by that. She really wanted the first example for him to show her. She wanted him to take the lead. But then the interviewer goes, so do you think you guys could work? And she goes, yeah. That was just so funny. It was just complete opposite opinions coming from her. And then we had the photo shoot debacle. He should have lent her his jacket. It was extremely windy, extremely cold. She was shivering. She had white goosebumps on blue skin. And she's going, are you cold? And he goes, nah. And she goes, so that was hint number one. He missed it. He didn't take the lead again. So you see a woman shivering. I mean, if you are a gentleman, especially the gentleman that you portrayed to be in the interviews, you don't need to be told, take your jacket off, give it to her. So yeah, anyway, failed again and she had to literally ask for the jacket. Okay, then we go to the reception and I just noticed that he just takes the credit for giving her his jacket. He goes, yeah, she was cold, so I gave her my jacket. No, you didn't. She asked you to give her the jacket. She had to basically rip it off your body. He's just oblivious. And then she goes, Ryan, what sort of dog do you have, And he goes, and she's like, what sort of dog do you have? And she's smiling and he goes, a Kelpie cross Staffy, and her face just goes, I don't really like, and then in her mind she's going, I don't really think that's a very good dog. Like, I've more grown up with hunting dogs, so now it comes down to the kind of dog he's got. Like, I just think people are making it too hard for themselves. But anyway, and then he literally said in his beginning interviews that he would be the kind of man that would catch a woman when they fall. I mean, he said he would literally pick you up if you were falling off a cliff. And then what happens? They have their first dance, he dips her and he drops her and she falls and bangs her head on the floor. Anyway, the moral of that story is don't be too specific when you're doing the interviews before the show, because you never know when you're going to stuff up. So that was basically a quick recap on episode 5, season 12, Married at First Sight, Australia. But buckle up, because tonight we're heading straight into the first dinner party of the season. And if you thought the weddings were dramatic, which I did, I thought that was so good, just wait until all these personalities collide over a few glasses of wine. Plus, I can't wait to see how the mature couple, Morena and Tony, handle all the chaos. Will they be the mature, calming sort of people, like take it easy, or will they join in on the drama? So make sure you got your popcorn ready, your group chats open. I'm always sitting on TikTok, just recording every single reaction I have. This dinner party is about to serve up more tea than a high-end cafe. I will catch you right back here tomorrow to spill all the details. Until then, keep it real and keep it fabulous. You've been listening to The Buzz with Bernadette. Thanks for joining.